Hey everybody, we are talking about Marvel's Iron Fist Season 2. What a wild ending, so much to talk about. I'm Jackie Jang, and right now I am joined by Clint Gage and Tom Jorgensen. Got lots of talking points, guys. You see these cards here? But before we get to the ending, let's talk about my favorite character, Mary Walker.
Like, she started off, you first meet her as this sort of babe in the woods, kind of aw shucks, small town girl in the big city kind of thing, and you didn't really know what to make of her, and then she gets back to her apartment and there's these post-it notes that are mysterious, and you're thinking like, okay, there's way more to this person than what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, it sets up a really fun mystery with a character we really don't know yet, and that very quickly starts unraveling into this Walker side of her personality that is so brutal in comparison to this very genteel Mary side.
Yeah, she's a real bad dude.
They're just so completely different. Mary is so sheltered and innocent. Even her voice is like a little bit like high and girlish.
Yeah.
And then you have Walker, and this is this like first-class Army Special Ops sergeant. We learn throughout the season that she goes through some serious trauma and torture in Sokovia, and they kind of just call it like the Whole. We kind of have been introduced to this third personality, and it's obviously connected to the Whole.
Discovering that part of her personality along with her was really interesting.
That curveball gets thrown kind of in the end game, that there's this third personality that is more brutal and cunning than both of them combined.
Yeah. In the comics, Mary Walker has three personalities that we're aware of. There's Mary, there's Typhoid Mary, and then there's Bloody Mary. And in the season, they have the bloody machete. I think one of the rescuers is like, this is the bloody mess. So
right.
I feel like there's a lot of allusion to Bloody Mary from the comics. What do you guys think?
We still do not know exactly how she made it out of the hole when they found her.
I feel like we have a good idea of how it happened, but
Yeah.
who was wielding the machetes is the bigger question.
That is the question, yeah. And the degree to which that place was laid to waste makes me think that maybe, there was some more powers at play with that third personality.
And there's all kinds of options too. Bloody Mary being sort of a mutant in the comics, but then also Luke Cage has opened everything up in this world to experimentation and augmenting power. So it could be anything with this third personality.
Okay, so what I'm getting from y'all is that we want to see more Mary.
Yes, please.
Okay, what else would we like to see from her in the future? I'm hearing some telekinesis. In the comic, there's pyrokinesis. What do you guys see in the future for her?
I want to meet this third person. We haven't met her yet. We've only heard stories about her.
Yeah.
So I really want to just see how this personality is different from the other two.
There could be an interesting dynamic of sort of a 2 against 1. You've got Mary and Walker versus this third part of her personality and the fight for control over, who's at the wheel.
The Battle of the Iron Fist is such a huge part of Season 2. So right off the bat, Team Davos, Team Danny, you guys. Which team you on?
I gotta go with
Ooh,
Team.
there's some hesitation there.
Team
Okay.
Danny. I'm
Look,
going with Team Danny.
Okay.
Davos has a point. Like, for a while, Davos... Here's the thing.
Okay.
It goes back to the original fight to see who got to fight the dragon, right? This fight that I guess lasted for days, is what it seemed like. The rules of the fight were, the only ways you can lose is if you give up or you die. And Davos did neither. And his own father called the fight and declared Danny the winner of the fight when Davos was down and out for sure, but he hadn't given up yet. And he wasn't as down and out as Danny was, I think, like a couple of minutes prior to that in the fight, right? So I do understand him thinking that the opportunity to fight the dragon, to become the Iron Fist, was sort of unfairly taken from him.
On the other side of that though, I do think that between Davos and Danny is the one that truly deserves it more. Whether or not he should have gotten it in the first place, I think that Davos is using it as a means to an end, and Danny is more using it to protect people and help people. And for a hero, I think that's what we're more interested in seeing. That's what I was more interested in seeing.
And that's one of the interesting things about Davos too, is because sort of later on in the series, he's like, I think your dad might have known what you would have done with this power. And that's why he called it.
I think while watching this season, I was just the most impressed with how much I related to Davos. I just can't even imagine the pressure that he must have been feeling. So I really felt for him, but there was that store owner scene, and that was kind of where I was just like, okay, Davos has lost it. I mean, like, he's like, I'm trying to purge New York City of evil. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, I can relate to it. I mean, it's a little extreme, but you can see, like, why he has this thought process, right? But yeah, I'm gonna be Team Danny in the end. But God, Davos put up a fight, right? We need to also talk about Colleen Wing, who now has, like, I think my favorite version of the Iron Fist. It's like this white fist with the samurai sword.
Yeah. And a really cool jacket.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the bomber
great jacket.
Yeah, fashion points for sure. But what
Yeah.
are we thinking about that?
As the season went along, she proved to be the one that really had the whole picture of what it can mean to be the Iron Fist, and also seems to be the most equipped to wield it responsibly.
Of the characters that we have, Colleen is the one that is the most righteous and the most deserving of this power. And it was really nice to see them go a different way with what we were expecting and give it to, really, I thought, the character that deserved it most.
And it made the season about the Iron Fist. Like, the Iron Fist is
Yeah.
the main character of this season, not any one of the people that's wielding it.
The ending left a bunch of questions. So we kind of learn about her heritage. Danny kind of goes on this like self-discovery journey and goes to Asia. And like the last thing we see is Ward and him in some restaurants. And then we see these guns and it's like got chi going through them. Like, I don't know, just tell me what you guys were thinking of that last
Chi
scene there.
guns. The chi guns were kind of the way into sort of unpacking all of the stuff that's happening in this end scene. First of all, Colleen has also learned how to, her sword is imbued with the chi as well, so she is learning how to sort of imbue other objects with the power of the Iron Fist. And then you got Danny with these guns, and where did they come from, right?
We know so little about the transferal ritual that gave, Davos the power, took it from Danny, and then, Colleen from Davos. We know so little about that ritual, and it wouldn't, blow my mind to think maybe there's some leftover Iron Fist in somebody after that ritual.
They don't know either. They were like, I think this is how it works. Like, Danny Rand was actually even like Googling the hand motion. So they're like, I think you got to do it like this, and then we'll see what happens.
Orson Randall in the comics, he was the predecessor of Danny Rand, and he did use those pistols. So, I mean, I don't know. I was kind of like, okay, so now he's like the head of this gang, and like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? I just have like all these questions. So I guess that's my question. Like, where do you want to see the story go from here, I guess?
I think Orson Randall, the guy that they are looking for, is going to play a huge part in that because they've been hunting him down. This is this guy that provided Davos with the Iron Fist corpse that he used in the transferal ritual in the first place. That's going to be the mystery that I'm most interested in. Who is Orson Randall in the world of this show? What relation does he have to what's been going on?
And also, he's got to be the key to some more of the Iron Fist legacy and of the mythos attached to that.
Thanks so much, you guys. And for all things Marvel on Netflix, keep it locked on IGN.